Thank you to a self-defense law. They say people are addicted to negative emotions.
Yes.
Yes, and actually, I think what they're doing often is they're addicted to their own trauma. We all are to some extent, right? And so a lot of times there's like getting stuck in your trauma, re-traumatizing, not trying to grow. Like you're kind of stuck in this rut. I remember being in this class at some point where the guy, it was like this weird San Francisco type. It wasn't Landmark, but it was kind of like that kind of a thing, right? But the guy was saying like, you have to actually want to be happy. Like and he was admitting like, well, sometimes I've gone through periods of my life where like I sat in my bed and was like miserable and unhappy and listened to depressing music all day, and like actually I wanted that. Like that's what I wanted. I wanted to be unhappy, and like nothing was going to move me. I wanted to be unhappy.
Eckhart Tolle calls it living in your pain body.
Oh, and great
yes.
Or great description.
And when you are living in your pain body seeks out that pain over and over, either to experience it again for yourself or to inflict it on others. And until you learn how to, I'm just using the language. I think lots of people have talked about this idea. He just happens to talk about it by referring to it as a pain body. But this idea of recreating trauma that you may have suffered at some point in your life over and over again. Mm-hmm. I think we all have experience with that, or at least I do.
Yeah, and everyone.
So yes, people are, but being addicted to negative emotions, we all know people like that as well. You can be, if you're a person who, I know someone, and I know lots of people, but someone in particular I'm thinking of who, if there's very little positive emotion in your life, you can get addicted to the negative ones, and then to such a degree that you are abusive daily, because even though it's negative interactions with people, it's some kind of endorphins. You are getting hit with endorphins.
It's psychological visibility in some level. Like at least there's another existent in the world responding to you, even if it's a negative response.
Right. And at least you're getting a dopamine rush. You can become addicted to the dopamine that you get from negative emotions. And I think a lot of people online are addicted to, that's why you see a lot of the people who suffer from what we call Trump derangement syndrome, who they can't seem to think about or talk about anything except Trump. They're addicted to it. He's a drug for them. They're addicted to posting their outrage. They're addicted to the way it makes them feel, because at least they're getting that chemical hit in some way, Yeah. I absolutely agree with that. Thank you for the super chat.
We should do a show on this sometime, and I should look it up, but I'm relatively sure that there have been studies that have shown that power is literally like chemically addictive in the way that drugs are.
It is. Yeah.
So this is why when, it sounds sometimes weird for us to say, oh, these people just want to push their power forward, and you're like, well, what kind of power? Everyone's not a weird power addict. And it's like, if I said that about a heroin addict, like they just want more heroin, you would nod your head and be like, well, yeah, because they're addicted. It's the same mechanism. Like, they're addicted to the power. It's the same mechanism.
You've heard the expression drunk on power.
Yes.
Yeah.